community in existence. Today we've got an amazing day ahead of us. I'm excited for what's to come. We're going to get back on the phones. We had an amazing meetup in Miami. Super grateful for everybody that decided to show up and show their support for REI Rev. I tell you guys, I'm blown away by just the amazing community that we have here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we've got the number one most valuable real estate community in existence, and the fact that we could all be in proximity over the weekend, last weekend, was insane. We got to be in the flesh. We had Mr. Big Play Jay, who's in the audience right now. He was there with us. It's incredible, man, to actually see the people that we do business with. We had John there. John has actually broken bread with AB, another member of the community. And it's insane to see, how much progress we've made in such little time. And I'm beyond blessed to be in proximity with all of you all. I'm going to get my phone here correct. It should be coming back here. And we want to chop it up. We want to take advantage of this time to talk about our businesses, talk about what's going on, talk about our hurdles, overcome them, and create a space where people can be in proximity and get that support that they need so they can go and get after it. AB's asking how that flight was, man. It wiped me out. Red eye from I got on the plane 10 p.m. and then I arrived here maybe 7 a.m. Came home, got right to work. It was 8 hours on the plane, total about 9 hours, you know what I'm saying? It was a no bueno. But listen, man, this is the number one most valuable real estate community in existence, and we got a lot to cover today. So I love to open it up. Let's bring some people up on the stage. Let's use this time to really get people to talk about what's going on in their business. We got some people raising their hand. Come on up to the stage, introduce yourself, let people know who you are, what you do, and where you're doing it. You never know who's listening and who's a part of the audience. You might just find a business partner and break some bread. Good morning. How are you doing today? Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to get some people to use your real name. Guys, you have to use this opportunity. Use your real name. We want to know who we're doing business with. It's real people in real estate here at REI Rev. They are not lying. I am running off of coffee and some passion. That's about all I got. That's all about all I got for today. But let me check on my ads. We just got home. I'm going to check on the ads and see how everything's going in my business. I'll let you know. We always tell everybody, what's going on. I've recently made some adjustments to my website in terms of the call to action. Instead of being, so kind, asking somebody to please, fill out the form, we're guiding them and being a little bit more affirmative and assertive, with our choice of words. So I'm hoping that it increases the conversion, but I will be sure to let you all know. Let's take a look and see. We got only one click for the day at a total of 62.75. Let me check my email and see if that converted here. Looks like it did not. So I'll have to keep you all set up. Yeah, we've been in and out. Is Mr. Matt Riley in the audience? No, we don't have Mr. Matt Riley joining us just yet. I'm going to send out an invite for people to come and join us. We got a good 15 minutes, 30 minutes. And this is that opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, that you don't want to miss. But enough about me, enough about what I've got going on. I want to hear from you all. How is everybody doing in their business right now? How many of us are picking up the phones and building our pipelines up and getting after these deals? That's what I want to know. Oh, huge shout out to Mr. MC. He's got a deal closing coming up here in a few days with a member of the community. And MC got in the community. He's been fighting to get that first deal, and it looks like his battle is going to be won on August 9th. So huge shout out to MC. We can't celebrate just yet. Can't celebrate till it is closed. But we are on we are on the up and up, ladies and gentlemen. This is exciting stuff. Let's see what's going on with the camera here. We're going to get it together here, ladies and gentlemen. Man, what an opportunity. What an opportunity. Only because of REI Rev. Ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly what we love to see here. You know, we've been able to see some people that have really decided to take action and get in proximity with people that can actually put them in a position to succeed. And you'll find those people here day in and day out. So it is truly amazing. Huge shout out to MC. I'd love to know who else in here has gotten in here and closed their first deal, because we want to celebrate your success. We want to celebrate your wins. That is fantastic. First deal was just like John's. Driving for dollars in Maryland. Congratulations. We got to get... I want to start really highlighting the members of the community that have really started closing deals and have been making progress. And that's something that we got to really do. We got to get them onto the platform, onto the podcast. I don't know what's going on here with this... this thing here. The camera's bugging today. But I really do want to focus on members of the community that have gotten in here and have really closed deals or made progress. And I want to highlight those of you that have done revolutionary things. You know, we call this REI Revolution for a reason. We're not here to just wholesale. Wholesaling is an amazing stepping stone. And over the weekend, we were kind of talking about, you know, how the conversation has shifted, you know, from when we first got started to talking about just cash off-market assignments to then, you know, the introduction of creative and those types of deals. And then just to kind of see, you know, where we're headed. You know, I want to really bring in a lot of different experts and professionals in all sorts of different industries, you know, from industrial. Industrial's been catching my eye lately. I've been looking around and I've been seeing these plants, you know, and I don't exactly know what they do, but I know they're doing something, and it looks expensive. So I'm interested, you know. This kind of stuff obviously fascinates me, and I want to bring, you know, more people to come and tell us about what they do, because you never know. It might open somebody's mind, might get those gears going in somebody's brain, and it's incredible to see, you know, what people can come up with when they are in proximity with the right people. So listen, if you haven't already, you need to invite somebody you think would benefit from being in proximity with us. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. There is nobody else doing anything like this, not even remotely close. Looks like Matt and Jacob were celebrating each other's success. I'm assuming they put the property under contract for a sub-2. Another member of the community that's come in here, literally come from absolutely nothing, dropped out of high school to go full-time into wholesaling real estate, and has just been absolutely popping off. I've personally JV'd with him before, and, you know, it's incredible to see, you know, like, these are real people doing this business. And what's beautiful is they're not getting in here and they don't have to pay, you know, $5,000 to get access to the same opportunity that everybody has, just even being here right now. And, you know, to highlight the people that have come in here and really made something of themselves is really cool to see, because it's 100% on you. You know, we give you everything you need to be successful, and it's up to you to go out there and take initiative and do the work. And that's what we're seeing people here do. And we always want to celebrate those of you that are getting out there and putting in the effort, putting in the work. Looks like we got some chit-chat in the side chat about Baltimore. Guys, take advantage of that side chat. If you got deals that you're working on or leads that you're talking to and you need somebody to evaluate or talk about your deal or spitball, you know, bounce ideas off of people, use this opportunity. Talk to people in that side chat. Everybody that's here today are committed to this grind. And if they don't know who you are, where you are, and what you do, how is it that they can do business with you? Those are the questions you got to really ask yourself. I've been seeing, you know, people like John pop in and tell people, you know, where he's at in Cape Coral and what he does, and he's been able to, you know, get people to send him leads, like, but they wouldn't know about that had they not seen him be proactive and put himself out there. So I'm really hoping that all of you do the same thing. Get yourselves out there, let people know who you are, where you are and what you do in that side chat, because you'd be surprised. You never know who is in the audience participating in these calls. I mean, I can tell you right now, we got a guy in here right now. This guy knows who he is just by me saying this. This guy is worth $1,000 a minute. He can dispo deals like that. Okay, and he decided to be here in proximity with us today. You guys got to take advantage of that, man. You guys got to take advantage of that. Feel free to hop up on the stage, ladies and gentlemen. This is your time to shine. Hop up on the stage, let people know who you are, introduce yourself. It's not just listen to John speak. This is let's gather together, talk about our business, talk about what's going on in our professional lives, and work together to elevate. There he is. There he is. We got Mr. Matt Riley. Let's get Mr. Matt Riley up on the stage, man. We love talking to Mr. Matt Riley. Let's see if he'll hop up on the stage here this morning. Here he is.
Side chat, huh?
No, we don't let Matt hang out in the side chat.
We don't like hanging out in the side chat.
What you got going on, man? You closing deals?
Are you back home?
I'm back home.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a professional move, huh? Just fly into Miami, have yourself a weekend, and then get yourself back to the homeland.
Yep. Had to come back to wifey. Had to come back home. Have responsibilities now. I'm a young man here.
Just hitting that revolving door like at the bank, man. You just walked in, the revolving door was still spinning. You got back on that plane, went home.
Yes, sir.
Love to see it.
Man,
Yeah, man. We're working on a few things right now.
how's the deal? Because look, for those of you that don't know, Matt and I think we got the same lead come through one of our campaigns, but Matt put it under contract. You put that one in Bullard, Texas, under contract.
Yeah, man. Hey, did you know that that has an HOA of $18,000?
I did not.
So, yeah,
But
$18,000.
I knew that it was in a super exclusive area, having, talked to some agents and stuff. And I just kind of looked at it like, I saw there was one that was recently listed for 325, and I was thinking like, okay, if I'm gonna get it moved, I'm gonna need to list it for 300. And so after doing the calculations, and I think it was either like a 20 or 30K spread, my offer was 250 firm. And I told the guy, I said, that's where I'm gonna have to be at, And he was like, no, I understand, man, but I got this offer from this guy in Tennessee, and I didn't even, the dots didn't even connect. I wasn't even thinking, this is a real ass player in the game.
The same thing. He said the same thing to us too.
About some guy in Tennessee?
Not Tennessee. I forget where he said it was from. He literally just texted us this morning. Because yeah, so now we got it for under 250 now after yeah, but only because he didn't disclose the HOA fee.
That's crazy. So crazy.
So through my agent outreach, so I downloaded and pulled a list of all local agents that have had listings either in that city or remotely in the 5-mile radius. And one of the agents was like, I'm very familiar with that subdivision. It's a nice subdivision, but he's like, the biggest issue you're going to see is that HOA association fee amount. And I was like, how much? And he's like, it's really high. And he's like, it could be as high as like $18,000. I was like, what? Damn. So I texted our guy and I was like, hey, are you familiar with an HOA association fee? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, it's pretty high. He's like, let me ask my wife. And he's like, yeah, she confirmed it's $18,000. And I was like, you have to disclose that, my man. Like, you can't just, $18,000 is like 7% of the home value. That's like our guy, man. Al, who didn't disclose $25,000 in mortgage arrears. You know, it's like you got to disclose that. So we had to get a price reduction in order to make the numbers still make sense. So he literally just texted us this morning. He's been following up. I think he got nervous after we found that out. Um, so yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I had a feeling, man, that even 250 was really like cutting it. I was thinking, I asked him flat, I was like, would 230 be out of the question? He was like, oh, that's out of the question. We're never going to do 230. We're never going to do 230. I was like, damn, because I
well, what's
really
the
think,
problem with the HOA association fees is they can't be financed into like that has to be paid in cash.
no way. So you're
You
looking
can't
for a
add that
real
into your
specific type of buyer then.
yeah, like and he was like, $18,000. He's like, but it's nice because it keeps the neighborhood really nice because of the people that come in. And I was like, dude, my neighborhood's really nice, and I have to pay $18,000 to get in here. Like, it's a good excuse for you to say that, but $18,000 is egregious.
Right.
So that's the problem. It can't be financed into your mortgage. Someone's gonna have to pay your down payment on the actual mortgage, whatever that ends up being, plus $18,000 to get into the association.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But
So
that's
it
probably
goes
why
from
it
a
was
deal that
sitting on
already,
market for so long, was because there's like
yeah,
such a specific buyer that has to buy it. But that those are the types of things like we think about when we get on the phone with somebody, especially when they've been on market for so long. It's like, well, is it that they're listing too high? Do they have like so little equity that they can't cover their mortgage? Or there's got to be something because you already got the most exposure to all the buyers, so it has to be like price related in some way.
yeah, and now that makes sense because when you're looking at the other comps, I don't think any of the comps are in his actual specific neighborhood, like that
Right.
subdivision. I think just outside. So when you look at those, you're like, oh yeah, those sold for there's one that sold for 360 that's very comparable for his condition, but that does not have an $18,000 entry fee for the association. So that has to be taken into consideration. Like you're gonna have to lower your price. So we're at like 242 right now. It goes from a deal that was not sexy to begin with because
Right.
of such a small market in the middle of nowhere. The price reduction sounds great. He's selling it at like almost a 25% discount. And then you have to add in an $18,000 HOA association fee on top of that. Not, I mean, that's, yeah. He'll be looking for a while.
I commend you, man, for taking that one on because I just figured like there wasn't a lot of spread on it at 250. So yeah, I mean I
No.
definitely understand getting it lower. That's incredible, but he wasn't working with me. I guess you were the one to negotiate that guy down, huh?
Yeah, we had a good conversation and everything, but I just flat out told him I was like, listen, this you already know. Like I'm telling you something that you already. I don't have to make up a story for you. You've been on market. You know where your house is. It's an extremely small market. If
Mm-hmm.
you were in even a market with 5,000 people or more, you would have sold your house likely close to what you were asking for originally, which was like 375. So maybe it would have sold at like 360, something like that. But because you're in this very challenging small market, I don't have to tell you what the problem is. We already know. So I basically asked them for 2 weeks. I was like, give me 2 weeks to try to find a buyer for this thing. I can't promise anything. I'm going to try to find it for this. I'm going to go into my database, do some paid marketing. Give me 2 weeks, and let's see if we can put something together. So that's I didn't tell him to take it off the market, so it must have been him. Once we went on a contract, he took it off market. So,
I guess he was
but
blaming that agent. That was his story to me, was he was blaming the agent. But I don't know, man. Maybe it was just that HOA because I was unaware of the HOA.
yeah, me too. Me too. I mean, I definitely didn't think. I definitely didn't. I've only heard of HOAs like that in there's certain parts of Florida, like big HOA communities there, like Naples and a couple other ones that have ridiculous. I had one in South Carolina, actually, Myrtle Beach. It was like a $2 million house, and the entry fee into the HOA because it was like a golf course and it was like on the water. It was $50,000 to get into the community.
Dang.
And again, those aren't financeable. You're not adding that into your financing. You can't offer $50,000 less and then have your lender roll that 50 into your mortgage. That has to come out of your pocket. So
Wow.
again, you have to yeah, yeah, it's brutal.
Well, I mean, I think I could definitely understand. It does speak to the quality, of the people that you're around. Not anyone just has 50K lying around that they could just put down on an HOA fee. You're definitely gonna be in proximity with some heavy hitters out there.
Yeah, or if it's on a golf course. The golf course here where I'm at in my it's like 35 grand to get into the golf course.
Hey,
So those a couple old men up there probably talking business every day.
yeah, I mean, they got those employees working for them.
Yes, yes, sir. They're out there shooting off the tee while their employees are working.
So what's new? I
Is
mean, you
that
got
you?
any new creative deals and stuff?
Is that you or me?
What is it?
Oh, what's this? Did Apex do an update?
I'm not sure. You got a call coming in?
Man, I wanted to screenshot it. That was the first time where a phone call was coming in and it was ringing on Apex and my phone at the same time.
Hey,
That happened? Let's see what Dan says. Yeah, we now have app calls. Damn.
let's
And
go.
will that pop up for Carter as well? Because my biggest frustration is, and I could just forward it directly to Carter's phone, but I don't want to blow up his phone all day with shit. But when people call into the CRM, it goes to just my phone because I have it forwarded to my phone, and then it never pops up for me. Yeah, Carter, that's the first time I've seen it today. Just now, somebody just called in, um, and it popped up on my dashboard. It actually looked really nice. I tried to screenshot it before it went away. I like how that looks. So yeah, we're working on a couple creative deals. We got a deal in Memphis that I didn't think we'd be able to assign. It's a 7.3% rate, sub two in Memphis, just rehabbed. The guy tried selling it and just couldn't get his money, couldn't get nothing out of it. So
Mm-hmm.
decided to do a deal with us, and we were honest and transparent again. Hey, you know where you are, you know what your interest rate is, you know this is gonna be tough. So gave us a shot at it, another non-exclusive, and I blasted it out, and we got somebody filling out an application with Matt Bell as an owner occupant. Um, so it looks like that one's gonna be going through. Very surprising, but it is a nice house. So if you're interested in Memphis, that would be something you'd likely want to do. We got an agent in Florida that we just closed a deal with creatively like a month or two ago, and he just hit us up yesterday and said he's got another deal for us. It's an investor
Hello, this
that
is Zach
is flipping a
chatting.
house in Brandon, Florida, which is just outside Tampa to the east. And he sent me a video, and it's all nice. It's just rehab. Like he's finishing the rehab today and tomorrow. And I guess the price didn't come in where he wanted it to, and so now they're interested in owner finance. He owns it 100% outright. So Carter gave the seller a call this morning. Went well. We got to get the partner on a call, but I guess they're both pretty much on board. Has a pool, really nice, and we already might have some buyers already from previous properties that we've had owner occupant wise. So working on that one. Working on this one with Jacob in Baltimore, Maryland. So yeah, man, got a couple.
That's exciting, man.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
it's good. I'm happy to see it. The JV stuff has been good. I had a good conversation with Jacob yesterday. Just going over the a lot of stuff that he wasn't aware of with creative and subject to, and so just further solidifying that. Like, if you don't know, oh, Dalton too. Dalton and Carter got a deal in Utah that will be closing. The buyer might be signing today, actually. So I gotta
Let's
reach out
go.
on that. they sent out the promissory note and deed of trust for review yesterday, and so I know title asked in an email yesterday if the buyer wanted to sign at 2 or 3 today. I didn't see a response come in, but so yeah, that's a deal. Owner occupant. So Dalton did all the legwork. We were able to work out everything with the seller, and then I did the dispo for the end buyer, found an owner occupant, and should be what is that one? We dispoed it for 18. We owe the seller 5, and then we're gonna dispo it 50. We're gonna split it 50-50.
Nice.
So it's a quick easy one.
There you go. Those are the
Carter
types
said buyer
of
spoke with him this morning, so all good there.
those are the types of opportunities we're seeing in the community, man. It's exciting to see. Grateful to see that everybody in here is making big moves.
Down you, man. It's you gotta go with the market, and I feel like right now owner occupants are still the way to go until things get different or better for investors on their rates and terms and everything else. Owner occupants are the way to go. Owner occupants they'll always have the buyer owner occupant is going to be the one that has to worry about their kids. They have to buy this house before school starts. They have to be in certain school district. Like there's a need on the buyer side for owner occupants that doesn't necessarily exist on the investors. Investors can just sit on the sidelines with cash waiting for whatever opportunity, where an owner occupant will never have that ability per se. So I still feel like the owner occupant is the way to go for marketing these properties.
Well, we gotta get something going here, man. All the deals that we've had, these leads, they just keep falling through. But I'm following up with these people, and I'm trying to get something to cross the finish line.
Yeah. You guys got a good thing going. Like the conversations that you're having are good conversations. So wherever you're getting your leads from or whatever you're doing is a good source, and you're on the right track because again, you're having good conversations. You're not being told, at least from what I'm seeing, you're not being told fuck off or, no way I would never do that. Like you're having good, solid conversations with people that want to be talking to you. So if
Right.
those are falling apart for whatever reason, that happens. Like that, me and Carter just lost a deal in Memphis. So the same, we just are about to assign one to an owner occupant. In the same breath, we just lost one in Memphis, where the seller texted us and was like, "I don't want to sell this house anymore," and I'm going to let him out of the contract. I could hold him to it, but we're going to let him out, and it's not a big deal. So it happens all the time. I can tell you, the amount of money I've made in assignment fees. I can promise you that the assignment fees I've lost is
Yeah.
at least 3x that. At least.
Well, like you said, man,
So
it's never really yours until that money hits the bank.
100%, 100%. But like I said, the conversations that I'm seeing you have are good conversations, which means you're on the right breadcrumb trail. So I don't know where you're still sourcing your stuff from or whatever, but you're in the right vicinity and you're talking to the right people. So that again, it's just a conversation thing, and it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow up with some people that wanted to sit on the market a little bit longer and have seen that the market's not going to get them what they're looking for. But even that one guy,
You got
I
follow-ups?
oh
Do you
I
have
got
automatic follow-ups with those people?
not set up for the automatic stuff. I'm gonna have to set that up, but I'm pretty good about
Oh,
following up with people because I got it right in front of me on my board. Like I know who I got to follow up with, and I'll talk to them. But getting some
you
like
got to.
text follow ups would be good.
Not telling you what to do, of course, but the way that we have it set up is during our outreach, if they're on market already, and we have our conversation and they're not interested, and we try to get the objection to see if maybe they're not interested because of something that they're unfamiliar with, that I can answer the question. They're like, "Oh, now I'm actually interested. I thought it was this, but because you answered that question for me, now I'm interested." If it's
Mm-hmm.
a truly not interested, I don't care. All we have to do in Apex is just click, 2 buttons and add them to a 30-day follow up, and it in 30 days time from that day, it'll give them an automatic automation, a follow-up that'll give like 6 to 7 days worth of straight follow-up after 30 days. So, hey, it's been 30 days. Is that house still active? If so, I'm still interested. So that way I don't even have to think about it. I don't have to remind myself. I don't have to look at a calendar and say, oh, I got to follow up with that person. It's just automatically going to go out. And so, like, how many deals that we've got from uh, just that alone is crazy, you know? Yeah, you're real cocky today, but when I reach back out to you in 30 days and you're still active, and when I first reached out to you, you were already on the market for 60 days. So now we're at 90 to 100. Conversation could be quite different.
Right. And you use Apex just to auto send all the stuff out?
Yeah, we have a 30-day follow-up. So if they're not interested, they get the 30-day. So that'll reach automatically out to them. If they're under contract already, because again, anything can happen, right? Everybody here is a wholesaler. Everybody here has been a part of a transaction that has fallen apart at some point. So even if they're under contract, we'll put them under a 2-week follow-up that sends them a text in 2 weeks, just to make sure, like, hey, is everything still going? You know, I hope everything's going well. Just checking in on that contract to see, because I want to be the first one. If it's not
Right.
going how it's supposed to, or there's starting to be some worries in that transaction or whatever, I want to be the first one. Most people, if it's contingent, if it's they're not reaching out to those people. Or if they get told it's under contract, they say okay, and they mark it dead and they move on. So I just hit them with a 2-week follow up and just say, hey, I hope everything's going well. Just wanted to check in on that contract. And 80% of the time they're like, yeah, it's still going through, or closing next week. But there are certain times where like they haven't submitted their option money. We're still waiting on lender approval. You can hear the stress in their voice that things aren't going through. And that's where you can come back in and start that conversation again.
Well, they say the fortune's in the follow up, so I'm gonna definitely be following up with the people I've got on my list for today. But ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody showing up today and being a part of the number one most valuable real estate community in existence. I'm inspired. I'm always inspired to see what everybody else is doing, and how everybody else is winning, because it's proof of concept that this business is still alive and well, and that everybody in here that's really getting after it and that has their systems and processes dialed in can be successful. And so I just want to encourage all of you all to get after it today. The red-eye flight's not going to stop me, so it can't stop any of you. And we will catch you back here tomorrow, same time, same place.